Good morning. Before I get into the subject today, I want to talk about this man that was all over the internet on Monday because authorities went through his phone as part of an investigation into fraud and found that he had recorded videos of himself having sex with over 400 women. And some of these women were married and wives of, important personalities in that country. The part that made me, and this happens all the time, right? This is nothing new. There are scandals all the time. But the part that made me want to talk about it is that I saw a lot of men. I belong to a lot of WhatsApp groups, and I saw a lot of men celebrating him. I saw a lot of men, of my friends, acquaintances, people that I know, posting him and celebrating him. And at the same time, chastising the women. Some people even made videos about him, dancing, made trophies. And it's all over the internet, everywhere. And when I see that, I ask myself the question, how did we get here? How did we get to a point in our society, an African society, where we're celebrating infidelity? We're celebrating this kind of reckless behavior. Not only are we celebrating it, but then we're chastising the women that were involved with him. How did we get to this point? And to the people that are sharing this and making this a joke, is that the message you want to send to your children? Is that a message you want to send to your girls and your boys about how we should behave? Is that the message that we want to send to the next generation about what is norm? What is the norm? This is embarrassing. It is. It's embarrassing. I know it's all jokes and it's funny, but it's embarrassing to us that this is something that we're normalizing and that we're making jokes about. It's embarrassing to our culture. It's embarrassing to us as men that this is what we accept and this is what we normalize. I think the part that's even worse in all this is that not only are we normalizing it we try to normalize it for men, but then we demonize it for women. And then I saw the comments that are being made about women. I see how much we chastise them for being unfaithful. Somehow we want to chastise women and call them all kinds of names and make all kinds of assertions about them for doing something that we do 10 times more than them. That's just insane. Because we all have urges. We all have needs. We all struggle with many things in life. And rather than, when things like these happen, rather than looking at each other and pointing fingers at the other gender for what they may or may not have done or for what they may or may not be, I think we really should look at ourselves in the mirror. We should look at our culture in the mirror and ask ourselves, how did we get here? How did we get to the point where men feel the need or feel it's okay to be unfaithful to their wives and see that as normal in our society? And how did we get to the point where women feel it's okay, feel the need to be unfaithful to their husbands and it's becoming a norm as well. One thing that I know for sure is that when scandals like these happen and people make jokes about it, laugh about it, most of us deep within are very insecure about it. A lot of these outward expression of comedy is a way of masking our insecurities. A lot of us watching these videos are probably wondering how our partners feel about our sexuality, wondering if this might be us tomorrow. By generalizing this behavior on women, we're indirectly giving ourselves an excuse for not being up to the task. And I know when I say this, most people's reaction is going to be to question me and suggest that I'm claiming to be better, or claiming that I have never done it, or that I have never been unfaithful. But I'm not claiming that I am better or that I haven't been unfaithful, because I have been. I have been unfaithful before. But that doesn't take away my right to condemn it. That doesn't mean that because it has happened in the past, all of a sudden I can't grow from it. That doesn't mean that I can't learn from an experience and decide that I want to be better. And when it happened, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't intoxicated. It's a choice that I made, and it's something that I own. At the same time, I'm not a prisoner of my mistakes. I've learned since then that that's not how I want to live my life. That's not what I want to represent. And that's not what I want to teach my children. Truth is that being unfaithful to a partner is not right. It's not fair to your partner. It's not in our DNA as men. That's just not how we were made to be unfaithful. It's not. As much as we want to convince society that that's how we are, it's not. It's a choice that we make that is fully within our control. So everyone out there, men and women, take time and think about your sexuality. Take time and talk about it with your partner. Rather than act as if sexuality is not important, rather than act as if having sexual urges is a bad thing or makes you bad, rather than claiming in public as if we don't care about sexuality, let's acknowledge it. Let's acknowledge its importance in life, in our relationship, in our well-being, and let's talk about it. And then let's educate ourselves on it, about how to do it right. And men, be intentional about satisfying your partner. Women, be intentional about satisfying your partner. The more energy you spend outside on other women or on other men, the less energy you have for your partner. Now, the truth is that, unfortunately, because of how we were raised and because of the society we live in, the chances that this is going to change in our generation are very slim. Very, very slim. But even if we can't change it for us, At the very least, we can make an effort to change it for our children by not normalizing infidelity, by not celebrating infidelity, so that hopefully they learn that growing up and they're better partners to their spouses than we were. On that note, until next time.